everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. Today I wanted to tell you about my process of recovery. Not so much the timeline of it, but more about how I felt. The timeline you can find, I did a previous video on it. It was quite a while ago, but I did a video on it. I can tell you that my OCD was so bad that before I would even open my eyes, it was it was literally my eyes were still closed. It was so terrible. I felt paralyzed. And I would lay for hours and ruminate and then somehow get up and somehow start my day. And while dealing with OCD, I still had quite a lot of responsibilities. Although there was one point where I couldn't do anything, but for a lot of the period, I still had responsibilities, and I basically sleepwalked through them, so to speak, like a zombie, just trying to get through the day. And as you know, somebody who had OCD can understand what that's like. And I've started to lose everything. I lost friendships, relationship, um, my basically everybody started to give up on me because I wasn't doing any recovery work. And I saw that the only way I can even try to feel better was to start doing recovery work. I didn't have somebody telling me, yes, you can recover. I didn't have somebody tell me you couldn't recover. There was little information at that time. There's a lot of information right now on the internet. It was much less at that time. So I didn't have a lot of information, but I knew that ERP was at the time the new treatment, the new thing that they were doing. It's obviously very well known now. Um, and I started to do ERP. Very little. Just okay, I'm just gonna choose to just disregard today. I'm just gonna disregard it a little. Actually, I think I was even delaying. I wasn't even disregarding. I was just delaying at first, delaying rumination. My main problem was rumination, although I kind of cycled through quite a few different themes because I've had it since I was little, but at one point it became 24/7, where when I was a child, it came and went. And I started to do this recovery work, and I didn't have a plan to recover. I didn't have a plan of how I'm going to do this. I just knew that I couldn't be how I was. So I'm like, okay, I have to do at least something. So I did something. And looking back at it, it's this thing that I say that do 1% a day and little by little you will recover. And that's probably how fast I went, is 1% a day with many setbacks. But still, little by little, just like that, in about 6 months, I stopped rumination entirely. And I started to see that as I stopped ruminating, the anxiety also went down. So as I reduced rather ruminating, the anxiety went down accordingly. Not at the same time, it comes a little bit later, but you do see like, wait, this was a lot harder before. Now it's easier to delay, it's easier to disregard, it's easier to push it off. And I started to have these goals for myself where, okay, I'm not gonna uh, do reassurance or ask for reassurance until it was at first the end of the day. And that was already a huge challenge. Then it was the every other day. Then it was the end of the week. And little by little, just like that, I pulled myself out of it. I'm telling you, ERP works. Now you have this uh, evolved method of tracking the time, tracking the compulsions. I wish I had that before when I was going through it. You know now about these different types of themes that are there, that are OCD themes. I didn't know any of that. You have so much information on my channel alone. You have, I don't know, 700 videos. You have this available to you. Use it. Do recovery work. It's really just crawling until you can walk, until you will run, and you will beat this. I promise you, if you do 1% a day and really stick to this, you will recover. But you need to have that determination. Nobody can do it for you. Not a specialist, not a doctor, not a coach, not a therapist. It's only you, because it's you 24/7 who is in this. So you need to push through. You need to do recovery work, and you do have all the information already available. Don't wait. The worst thing I can tell you that um, the worst thing looking back at my recovery was how long it took, because I just didn't know what to do. And for years, I was just doing rumination. A lot of people are probably nodding their heads like, yes, that's me right now, right? But it's, you don't know. And it seems to make sense. Like, if I'm scared, I want to ruminate. I want to figure it out. I want to ask somebody. And you don't see in that moment that it's over and over again the same thing, until you start to realize, wait a minute, this is all the same thing all these years. But not just realize it and then go seek reassurance again, but really realize how OCD works. And that's what drove me to do my YouTube channel, because there's very little, at the time, it was very little information, and very few doctors knew about it, and you're just stuck alone without information, not knowing how to recover. But you have that right now. You have the information, so use it. Do recovery work. 1% more a day will get you out of this. I'm with you. I'm rooting for you, and if I could do it, believe me, you could do it. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. I will be back tomorrow. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, my information, as always, is on youhaveocd.com. You can sign up from there, book a session from there. I'll see you tomorrow.